Hi, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Stephanie Love, and if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys are subscribing to my channel, okay? So I wanted to get into this video a little bit. I'm going to be explaining a little bit more details about my move from California Bay Area over here to Texas. So I'm out here in the DFW area, so I just wanted to elaborate and give you guys some pros and cons just in case you guys are too thinking about moving to Texas. Alright, so pros: affordable living. It's very affordable. Housing is really cheap. Buying a home is really cheap. So if you guys are looking to become homeowners, make sure that you guys are looking out here in the Texas area. You can find some beautiful, beautiful houses for under $400,000 and even less than that. So I'm just going to give you that information. Next is the school districts here. They test a lot higher than other places nationwide. Okay, so make sure if you guys have kids or you're thinking about starting a family, move to Texas, look for the best school district out here in the state, and make sure that you put your kids in that type of school. Next, lots of families, lots and lots of families. I go to church too, so outside of church, like, I see a lot of families like around here in Texas, like moms, you know, with their sons, babies, all the time. So it's very family oriented state. Good place to raise kids. Low taxes. Who likes paying high taxes? Who wants all that money deducted from your check? So make sure you guys are looking into that, because, you know, you get to actually, that's because a way that you can counter, you know, being able to have an affordable lifestyle, because they take less taxes from your paycheck. And then of course, I'm a foodie. I'm not sure about you guys, but I love to eat food. So they have so many different places that you guys can go out and try different foods. And lots of jobs. The job market out here, it is really, really good. I would say in comparison to California, it's really, really good. Even if you work the most basic job, I've seen like ads for hiring for like warehouse, work the same day, like same day, same hire, you know. So that's something that's really nice here about Texas. And then if you're into sports, like, they take sports out here really seriously. I thought they took it seriously in the Bay Area, which they do. I'm not going to knock them that. But here in Texas, it's like the next level. So make sure that you guys, if you guys like sports, if you like the Dallas Cowboys, you know, make sure that you consider moving out here. And what else? So another thing about there's a lot of transplants. Like, I would say a lot of people that I've met, they're not from Texas originally. Like, they moved here from either, you know, LA, or they moved here from Chicago, moved out here from other countries like in the continent of Africa. So many different people that I met here that actually moved here that weren't originally from here. So if that's something that you were worried about, being from another state, don't worry about it, because there's so many different transplants. It's what makes it such a melting pot. It's so blended here. So make sure that you guys look into Texas. Those are all my pros. So let me get into the cons, because, you know, I'm from California, from the Bay Area, so it's a little bit different. So I would say the healthcare here, for my experience taking my son to the emergency room, it was really good. But as far as me looking for my own primary care doctor, I've seen that, you know, some of them don't have the best ratings. And then when I did a little bit more research, I found out that Texas has one of the lowest health care's ratings in the whole United States. So may want to be cautious about that. Maybe not as bad for us younger people, but if you consider the elderly, I've read that, you know, they don't have the best health care. High crime rates. Texas does have some high crime rates, so you better make sure that when you're coming out here, you're looking at those crime reports and pulling up all that information, because you don't want to move out here and you move into an area that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm in the hood, like, because you may actually end up in the hood, and nobody wants that type of lifestyle no more. Especially if you're trying to level up in 2020, you want to live in a safe neighborhood, luxurious, right? And another thing I would say that I don't like here is the convenience. Like, before I lived in California, I could just like walk to a bunch of restaurants. I could walk to the store. I could walk anywhere. I could go hiking if I would just walk there. But I feel like here, like everything's far, and like we already know that. Like I've heard that before I even came out here. Everything's so far away. You can't go to Texas unless you don't know, if you know how to drive. If you don't know how to drive, then don't go to Texas because you're just gonna be there's nothing to do out there. So that is true. So if you don't drive, or if you normally take public transportation, make sure that you move to an area in Texas that is more like the metro city that has public transportation. So be mindful of that. Dating, I would say I haven't had the best dating experience yet. Who the heck is calling me? Somebody called me from a block number, but that's not important. So I would say dating, so far not the best experience, but I've heard stories of other girls and their dating experience out here is like no bueno. So I'm hoping to turn that around. So maybe it might be different for me. Might have a different experience. Next, no casinos. My family, we used to go to casinos all the time in California. Hop on that bus and take us right there to Cache Creek, Red River, wherever we wanted to. So they don't have any casinos here. The closest one is in Oklahoma City. And I know there's maybe a bus that goes there, but I'm not sure. But it's not too far of a drive from my area. I think it's about an hour and a half. So not too bad, but hey, no casinos in the state of Texas though, okay? Like I said, public transportation, and then Uber. Uber is a little bit more pricey, even though it's not even that far of a distance, because I catch Uber a lot inside the Bay Area. So if I go to San Francisco, I catch Uber to the city from Fremont, and then catching it from Fremont to San Jose, different prices. They were really affordable to me in comparison to living here. Not sure if it's because a lot of people drive here or whatnot. But it's a little bit pricier, especially if you're thinking about having a night out with your girls. You don't want to drive. It's pretty pricey. So I would say even going to Dallas area is about $50 from where I stay, which is okay, but Dallas isn't that far. So take that into consideration. And it's hard making friends. I don't know where to make friends. I want to make some girlfriends. But it's been really difficult. And when it's cold here, I would say the weather, I'm slowly adjusting to the weather right now. If you guys can hear, I have a little rasp in my voice. I've been sick a couple of times, maybe 3 or 4 times since I've been here in Texas. Either I had a fever, I've had sore throat, I have had strep throat. I've never been this sick ever in my life until I moved here. So I would say when it's cold, it's really cold, and when it's hot, it's really hot. But the benefits about being hot here is that everybody has AC, even in restaurants, stores, cars, in their home, not in the Bay Area. Because I know in California, when I stand in Fremont, it'll be super hot, and there's no AC in your house unless you live in an apartment or something. But otherwise, other houses, they didn't have it. It wasn't the norm. But that's about it. If you guys have any questions for me, make sure you guys are leaving that below in the comment section for your girl. I'll respond back. And other than that, thank you for watching. Bye.